one source of constant fun that a lot of us get to experience. By the way, this is Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. Like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. If you're a troll, please type something. Don't use any racial or anti-gay epithets. That would be helpful, or be disgusting in any way you can. But anything you type tells the algorithm I'm really engaging and helps us out a lot. Don't forget to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down on your way out. It doesn't matter, because engagement is engagement. But if you ever want an example of someone just losing their shit, I know, Luis, I do have to lower my expectations on. I don't know why I somehow think that Russell Brand has any, he's got a huge audience. Somebody thinks there's a there, right? So it's worth having a conversation about sometimes. Meanwhile, I'll show you something in a little bit that's kind of crazy. But there's still Christmas. This is Merry Christmas right here. I don't know where he is. He's in a guest room in the smoking lounge of, I don't know, one of the houses they use as murder scenes in CSI Miami. Smoking a cigar because for Carlin reasons. He buttoned up his shirt to cover what his t-shirt says, and his sleeves are buttoned up. It's chilly, I guess. So we'll assume he's not. This looks like Florida architecture, though. I don't know. Maybe they're in Denver. So look at this antler. Maybe that's snow. We'll see. Anyways, this is going to have an ad on it because there's no way he does this shit for free.
Scientists have discovered some people have a secret bathroom habit that keeps them effortlessly fit.
Ew.
All right, guys.
Although, hey, guys. Jesus. He's got a AirPod in. I don't know why. Maybe he'll play a clip. I won't be too generous. This is 6 minutes long, and he's smoking a cigar. This is how do I make him think I'm relaxed? Yes, this is from the Glenn Beck Lumberjack collection.
Today we're going to talk the FBI's initial response to the terrorist hostage taking of the synagogue congregation this weekend in Texas, because it was...
What? We are? And you're going to smoke a cigar while talking about the FBI? And by the way, all these guys have been doing, and his dad included, is shitting on the FBI for years. So this will be good.
Pretty ridiculous. It was actually disgusting, and I'm sure the door kickers, because we got to make the distinction, right? The door kickers...
Fuck off with this door kicker bullshit. He means the U.S. Marshals. And this macho door kickers is there's the bureaucratic FBI guys, and then there's the door kickers. This fucking idiot. Watching these stupid, look, I love Criminal Minds, but fucking calm yourself.
The FBI are great people, good, hardworking men and women of law enforcement. I see them all. They tell me all the time how
Yes. You see them all when you get served with a warrant and they're collecting your electronic devices. You've seen them all.
Disgusted they are with what's going on with leadership. But at this point, the leadership is corrupted, it's broken, and it's absolutely disgusting. At this point, guys, when they say, a radical Muslim terrorist who's in this country after somehow got a visa despite being a criminal, whose sister...
Because he's a British citizen.
Was killing U.S. troops or something like that. She's in jail, I guess. Or, yeah.
No, it's not his sister, fucko. It wasn't his sister. He called her his sister. They're not related.
I can't believe it. This guy's in the country.
I can't be... all I saw were headlines. But I'm just here to shit on the FBI.
They probably want to give them all sorts of social programs, too. It's impossible now to ignore...
He was here on a travel visa. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, they want to give him a shiatsu and a rub down.
The FBI obfuscates from...
Oh, man, look at him reading already. 55 seconds in. 55 seconds. Look at him reading. He's got notes. Notes on how to shit on the FBI's handling of the synagogue hostage situation, which ended up with the suspect dead and none of the hostages harmed. Good Lord.
Anytime a crime is politically inconvenient for the left. In this case, a radical Muslim terrorist attacking Jews, right? Being anti-Semites. Inconvenient for the left because it seems to be something, to me, that they themselves are encouraging. They're welcoming people that are unvetted into the country. We've seen that over and over.
Dude, he came in with a visa. What if you, I mean, find a dude, please find that he came across the southern border getting a piggyback from some dude from Yemen and being steadied on either side by two guys from a prison in Honduras that were dumped into the United States, and they brought, like, I don't know what he's yelling about. But the idea is that because these FBI agents acted honorably, endangered their lives, saving lives, and because this dude was Muslim and trying to get this woman who was she's originally from Pakistan, but she's was in jail for murdering U.S. troops. She's been in jail for 10 years. Biden's statement about it essentially was like, I don't know what, she's been in jail for 10 years. We don't know why this guy all of a sudden decides she's got to get out, was the thing. Like, we have no real evidence other than he's a lunatic. Like, he just fixated on her out of the blue.
Of the Hamas caucus preaching anti-Semitism and all the anti-Israel stuff that they're doing. But remember, okay?
But remember, and I say remember as I read from a piece of paper,
it wasn't just this time that the FBI blew it with an obvious answer, right? So why is the FBI...
Wait. What was that edit? The fuck was that edit? The FBI blew it? Yeah, they didn't say it right away because they didn't know for sure because the fucker was dead. They didn't get to interview him, so they went back and looked at his stuff and said, yeah, it's definitely anti-Semitism. As opposed to just like some, warlike dude who decided to do it for whatever reason. That was the nearest site that looked good to him. All right, here we go.
Right? So why is the FBI always running cover for the left when it's inconvenient for them? Remember this, right? The congressional baseball shooting,
Yeah, that guy's not dead. They smuggled him out of the country.
Out of our way. It's not politically motivated, right? The guy was a Bernie bro, and he asked the people before he started shooting if they were Republicans, but they made sure to tell us it wasn't politically motivated, right?
They did? Who's they? The fuck are you talking about?
The Waukesha massacre. Guy drives a car through. It must have been the car. Definitely wasn't his radical leftist views that caused that disaster.
Yes, radical leftist views. It was he believed so much in Medicare for all is what it did. It was this whole idea. He was a big proponent of UBI. That's why he ran people down. He was a racist.
Started that disaster. We got to protect them for that. You have the Pulse shooting where the FBI was literally working with the father of the shooter. Definitely not a political motivation. I want to know.
So this is just about shitting on the FBI. These, by the way, would be quote unquote the door kickers, I suppose.
How long was the FBI watching this guy? How long?
Well, I don't know. You'd only been in. Let's see. FBI's treating this is not some random occurrence. It was intentional and symbolic. Bureau initially said the attacker, a British citizen named Malik Faisal Akram, was not driven by anti-Semitism when he held 4 people in the synagogue hostage for 11 hours. News conversation after all 4 hostages were free. The special agent in charge Matthew DeSarno said Mr. Akram was motivated by an issue not specifically related to the Jewish community, which is true. He was trying to get this woman out of jail, and he was trying to use Jewish people in this synagogue as leverage, but it wasn't necessarily. It was like, you take a hostage you think they'll want to protect, not because he was going to go in there and blow the place up or end it. That's I think, the distinction without a difference he was making. During the attack on the congregation, partially live stream was heard referring to Aifa Siddiqui, a Pakistani neuroscientist who's serving an 86-year prison sentence in nearby Fort Worth, convicted for terrorist events in Afghanistan. Veterans drew sharp backlash from Jewish leaders and supporters. And then Christopher Wray came out. Senator Blackman failing Jewish Americans. Right. The Bureau on Sunday attempted to walk back its initial claim, issuing a statement referring to the event as a terrorism-related matter in which the Jewish community was targeted. The webinar was installed anti-vaccine. I don't remember the details. Basically, the notion of Jews important in his mind than anyone else, and that America do more to save Jews than did for anyone else, the rabbi said. That's why he specifically targeted a synagogue that the protocols of the Elders of Zion type of anti-Semitism. That's why he focused on us. I see. I was thinking this guy really believes Jews control the world. Any of the Soros gang going to come out with this fight right away? The anti-Soros crowd? Okay, Akram was killed in a standoff, which is that he was a subject of interest on the watch list of Britain's MI5 Secret Service in 2020, was eventually deemed not to be a threat. He arrived in the United States at the end of December, spent several nights in at least 2 Dallas homeless shelters in the days leading up to the attack. In the webinar on Thursday, Mr. Wray said the lone actors appear to be making a bigger proportion of the threats facing the Jewish institution in recent years. In contrast, sleeper cells consisting of a group of people planning communication over a long period of time, current threats are more likely to come from people who work alone to carry out relatively unsophisticated but still potentially deadly attacks. There are a lot fewer dots to connect and a lot less time to connect them. Yeah, so the guy came in, wasn't on anybody's watch list. They deemed him not a threat. He flew into the country. He went under the radar. He probably, avoided registering in a hotel, stayed in homeless shelters so they couldn't find him. He could move closer to a place, and then he carried it out. And during the process of freeing the hostages, they killed him. Meanwhile, this asshole is smoking a cigar in, I guess, Martha Stewart's uterus, and wants us to think that, it's the problem. The problem is the FBI. I mean, you got to post something when your brother pleads the fifth 500 plus times in a 6-hour deposition.
Were they working with him if they were? I have a feeling there's probably much more of a connection than we'll ever hear, right? They brought in the HRT.
Why, yeah, just make it up. Why not? Just insinuate that our FBI is working with a guy who did this. You never have to answer to it, so why the fuck not? It's way easier to get away with than vaccine stuff. Yeah, making up stuff about the FBI and the agents there, the door kickers. They probably all cradled his balls as he walked into the synagogue, right, Don?
The most elite guys of the FBI, that's the hostage rescue team, to take him out. This stuff normally gets handled by local SWAT. HRT doesn't just show up unless, of course, probably that they were watching them. Okay? I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'll just scroll up from the talking points that the Republican National Committee sent me. Look at this fucker. High as a kite, smoking a cigar, if that's even real. I don't know. All I know is the tip looks wet. And look at him fucking scrolling through his iPad for his notes.
I don't want to get canceled, but notice that the FBI does whatever they can to protect it from the left. The FBI goes to cover for a radical Muslim extremist, but your grandmother, if she took a selfie at the Capitol, we're watching her. We want to know who she is. And again,
Jesus, the edits on this thing are bizarre. Like, how long did he rant about this shit? Does somebody else cut it down for him when it's too long?
Isn't the guys on the ground at the FBI, because they too speak to me. They can't believe what's going on. But the leadership at the top, those guys, they've been corrupted and broken. We got to dismantle this place at this point. I mean, how do you not?
Yeah, I mean, just because they're looking into you guys and your dad and all that, we got to dismantle. It's not the guys that actually work there, the people that actually do the jobs there. Well, the organization needs to go down. Why? Well, because they track, RICO level crimes too, and they're looking at us. That's fucking hell. I don't know.
Let the door kickers take over. Don't let the bureaucrats at the top.
Oh my God, the door kickers. He's like Steve Bannon with this whole tip of the spear bullshit.
Sweep them out, because the FBI, the media, the administration are literally
the ad media administration,
in my opinion, conspiring to whitewash an anti-Semite, a terrorist attack, and that is unforgivable. So when do we find out what they knew? They killed the guy. Maybe that's convenient. Maybe it's a coincidence.
Yeah. Like Harvey Weinstein died while your dad was president in jail. And maybe it's coincidence. I don't know. Like, talk about just like waving something shiny over here. Yeah, he can't actually think this is working. I mean, look at his face right now. This is a happy man. This is a calm man. This is a man who's got his whole life ahead of him. Who's I'm a young man. I've got prospects.
What did they know about this guy? How did he get a visa to get into his country?
Into his country? I don't know how. That's a good question. How did he get a visa to get into his country? Let's see. Do you need a? You stumped me. Gosh. Do you need a visa to get into your own country? Into his country. That's a calmer than you, dude. Yeah, waving the fucking cigar around. Calmer than you, dude. Will you just take it easy, man? Calmer than you.
The fact that it took law enforcement
scroll ahead, dickhead.
So long to identify who it was, the deceased attacker, etc., makes me ask some questions, because there seems to be a repeat.
Dude, they identified him in like hours. And he was screaming that this woman was his sister, so there was that people thought it was actually his sister, like materially, and not his sister in the cause to bring down blah blah blah. Like, fucking leave the cops alone. What kind of this is like fast forwarding to the end of Criminal Minds. This is what happens. Like, I don't know, fuck this. I don't want to watch the red herring shit. Show me who really did it.
Thing here. It only goes the one way, folks. So we have to be watching for it. We cannot allow the
God damn, if they're not cutting out his scrolling and shit too. And this nonsense. If we're this
to continue, okay? So I'm glad the FBI changed their statement, but they only fixed it because enough of us were loud. These people at this point, they defy parody. You can't make it up anymore. What are we doing about the person at the FBI who made that ridiculous statement, who wants us to believe it, was hoping it would just go away if we could just kind of, sweep it under the rug, nothing to see here. So the spin has begun.
Christ almighty, like the edits in this one are fucking off the chain. Who's his Coke Ramble editor at Fiverr? CSL. This is a mess, man. This is amazing. And it's double long. It's twice the length. So what the fuck? How many bites at the apple did he decide? And who decides after you've done this that yeah, that's it. That's the one. That looks good. I like this is the extended edit with the extra. Honest to God, it's a fucking mess.
Remember, the FBI that declared...
Does he say remember every time he can't remember what he's about to say? Is that his fucking poker tell now? Remember. Read your notes. What's in the cigar? It's a dog turd.
MAGA hat's a national security threat. Those people, more than happy.
Jesus Christ. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Woody Allen movie Manhattan, where they're showing his wife like her like kind of emotionally bipolar moments where she'll go laughing and crying. And then, like, you remember that? Does anybody remember that movie? Yeah. Hold on. I don't know if there's... Hold on. see if there's a try something. Nope.
Sweep this one under the rug. Let's not talk about the real stuff. Let's go after mothers. Let's go after conservatives. Let's go after anyone who would question our narrative and what we dictate to you. Folks?
Yes, yeah, we're just going after parents. All you had to do was take a selfie at the Capitol and they let you go home, actually, even if you threatened the Speaker of the House's fucking life. I don't know how that works.
We're in serious trouble. Okay, if the FBI's counter...
Yeah, by the way, this is true. He and by we, he means the Trump family.
Terrorism division leaders created a threat, and this is what we're getting as it relates to that. Remember, we were called terrorists for being loud at...
Wait, you didn't edit that shit out? What is happening? You slice up the other part, but you left that. Let's watch that again. That was, he was like, no. Edit the other shit. Keep this whole.
And this is what we're getting as it relates to that. Remember, we were called terrorists for being loud at school board meetings. But this one, no big deal. The FBI, in my opinion, is irreplaceable.
Hold on. Wait, what the fuck is that? Look at this. The frame jumped halfway. Did somebody walk by in the background and they had to hide them? That's my guess. That's what the fuck is that? Like okay, this is just somebody snorted the other copy of the video. What are they blazing over there? That this is okay. Holy shit. I really had a blackout. The cameraman's coked up. Everybody is. Just they snort that building. They're just inside. That whole building's made out of coke and glass. Jesus, this is a wreck.
Terribly corrupt and a broken agency. It needs to be defunded and eliminated. Take the top tier level people there, the top bureaucrats, not the operators, the bureaucrats. Get rid of them. Let the guys, let the door kickers run it. And I promise you...
Oh, my fucking God, with the door kickers again. You macho dickhead. The door kickers. How do the nut suckers aren't going to do it for you? Jesus, this is terrible. Dude, you literally, the next time you're on Fiverr, I would write a nasty note.
We'll stop these threats. I promise you we'll be a safer place. I promise you they won't target good Americans and parents who care about their kids.
Well, they're not. They're targeting like terrorists and criminal organizations. Dum-dum.
Actually stop this stuff from happening. But as long as bureaucrat partisan hacks are running it, as long as they're running it, folks, you're going to see more and more of this stuff. And again, it's not like it happened this once. We've discussed the pattern. It doesn't stop. It will never end until we make it end. So push back. Don't let them.
Yeah, I mean, way to wrap it up. I mean, this is so inspiring. It'll never end until we make it end. So what are you suggesting, Coke Boy? What's the plan? That half of your followers take this as a QAnon symbol, like, oh, he's telling us to do full blackout, like no communications, only cut your communications down halfway, and then what? Attack the senior administrators of the FBI, or so, what the fuck? He's on the toilet.
Continue this stuff. Make sure to share this with your friends so they see what's going on. Because as far as I'm concerned, they'll never see any of it.
What? Yeah. So they see what's going on. What is going on? That you, in your and your cigar from God knows where, that you are more interested in licking than sucking on, which is odd, and your odd coked up rambles that are like, it's like crack headroom.
unless we put it in front of them, because God knows the media is not going to do it. God knows the left's not going to do it. And it seems our law enforcement and DOJ agencies at the federal level, they aren't going to do it either until we do. So get in the game, folks.
Yeah, get in the game. Doing what? Taking down the FBI? The fuck out of here. Okay, why, oh why is he so upset right now at the FBI? Why in the world are he and his family all bound up about investigations going on? Let's see, hold on. Why would they be really pissed off about the FBI currently acting as the Federal Bureau of Investigation on behalf of the USAGs that enforce RICO laws, especially when they're across multiple state lines? I can't imagine why he would be so upset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. And this got a lot of news that Eric Trump did. Alan Weisselberg did it as well in the civil probe, so that they don't use it to find other information for the public for the criminal probe. October, just in October. Oh. He invoked his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination in response to more than 500 questions over 6 hours. Good luck, dum-dum. It's so tempting. Mama. No. It's like a thumb I can set on fire. He smoked half his screen away. Dude, you couldn't even blow any fucking smoke? What the fuck was that? Nothing came out. What is that? What is that, a fucking prop cigar from like the Halloween store? Jesus Christ. Throw it. Hang in there, guys. Shit, I forgot to put the little hole in the end. Fuck. Mama. Oh, God, that's so beautiful.